Okay, so you can see the interface of it. Here we have the interface. So go to the home, and here you will find out I think there was some issue on the instance as well as on the YouTube recorder. That's why I'm bound to start the session again. So good morning everyone. Uh, this is Raj Bhatt. Welcome to the BISP Solutions. Today we are going to dive into a crucial features of Oracle PBCS, that is task list. Imagine you are in the middle of a complex financial process like an annual budget or a monthly close. So how do you ensure that everyone completes their task on time and in the correct order? So how do you track progress and identify the bottlenecks? That's where the task list comes. So they are essentially guided multi-step workflows that helps you to manage and streamline your business processes. So you might have a doubt that what are the importance of task lists in the Oracle PBCS application. So every professional wants to know that why we are using this option under the PBCS application. So I have an answer for it. So the first significance of using the task list under the application is process consistency. So task lists provide a standardized process for recurring activities like budgeting and forecasting. This ensures that every cycle is executed consistently, reducing errors and improving data integrity. The next importance or the significance of the PBCS application is it enhances the visibility and the control. As a manager or an administrator, you get a real-time view of the entire process. You can see which tasks are complete and which are outstanding and who is responsible for the what things. This allows you to proactively identify and address the delays. The next significance of the task list under the application is user guidance. This is very much crucial to know that PBCS provide a clear step-by-step roadmap for the end users, that what are their tasks and what they have to do in the future. So users don't know to guess what to do next. The task list guides them through each required action, whether it is entering the data in a form, running a business rule, or reviewing the report. The next thing is automation. This is a famous as well as the demand of all the organization nowadays. As in the era of artificial intelligence, everyone wants that the less chance to the human error would be there on their functions and the organizational structure. So how would they promote these all stuffs? So absolutely, the automation is the only option for it. It means less intervention of the humans in the system. So task lists can be configured to automate certain actions, such as launching a business rule once a procedure task is completed. This saves times and reduces the risks to the human error. As we know that improving the productivity is the final and the first aim of any type of organization. Every organization wants that their employees will produce more in the productivity, their operations as well as their different structural functions should produce more for the betterment of the organization, so they can get the maximum profit out of it. So in the same, task list improves the efficiency, it enhances the efficiency by organizing the task, assigning the owners and setting due dates. So task list helps team work more efficiently and meet the deadlines. So they eliminate the need for the external schedules or email chains to track the progress. So now we will also understand that what are the steps of the task list, how the professionals can create the task list in the PBCS application. So here first of all we will use the paints to understand the whole things. So here we have the task list. Yesterday we have discussed some major concepts about the approval process as well as the smart push. In the smart push we have discussed that how we can convert as well as transfers the data from BSO cube to the ASO cube. As we know, there are two cubes in the PBCS application. First one is block storage option and next one is aggregate storage options. Specifically, we have also discussed this in the earlier sessions, that what is BSO. So BSO is specifically used for the input and the calculations, and ASO cubes, that is aggregate storage options, are used for dashboarding and reporting. So ASO cube is most faster and quicker than the BSO cube. That's why we transfer the data from plan 1 to the WISP ASO. So when we will do the practice under the instance in the yesterday's session, I have just taught you that how the professionals use the smart push to convert as well as to transfer the data from BSO cube to ASO cube, how they use the different functions as well as the options of that navigator flows as well as the icons. And then we have thrown some light on the approval process, where we have seen that approval process is the crucial and the major step that has to be followed by any organization, and how the task should get the approved list as well as the approved assignment from different reviewers as well as the reviewers. So we create a hierarchy of approving list, like we assign the different approval managers of audit. Like if one project has been done, so it should be passed by one approval, and the next should be passed by the second authority, and then the first supreme authority would pass out this whole process as well as the task. So now the last we want to discuss, and which is very major major concept in the demand, that is task list. So that we have to discuss here, that what are the steps of task list. We have seen its examples as well as its definition, that why it is useful and what are the importance of it. So let's have a quick eye on the steps of the task list. So step 1 is navigate to the task list. So how you will navigate to the task list? From the Oracle PBCS home screen, you can click the navigator icon. Usually the 3 horizontal lines in the top left corner is there, so you can click simply that 3 horizontal icons. Under the create and manage section, select task list. So here I can mention it, that under the create and manage section, select task list. Then another step we will discuss, it is create a new task list. Let's see it. Step 2, is to create a new task list. So how we will create a new task list? So on the manage list icons page, click the create icon, the plus icon I have taught you in the earlier sessions also, that we have used in approval process as well as in the smart push. So on the manage task list page, click create icon. So let me mention it. First, create a new task list. I'm mentioning these all steps in the paint because first the steps should be clear in our mind, then we will do it practically in the instance. So how we will create a new task? First, click on the create icon. Click on the create icon. Then give your new task list a descriptive name. Give a name to the new task list. Any name you can give into it, like monthly revenue forecast or Q3 budgeting cycle. And then the last step is click on OK. Click on OK. After that, the step third that you have to follow is add task list or add tasks to the list. So step third is add task to the list. So this is how you add tasks to the list. So now that you have a task list, you need to add the individual steps. Select your new task list and click on the edit icon. So how you will add the task list? So simply click on the edit icon. Edit icon. Then next step that you have to follow, that is step 4. It is define a task. Step 4 is to define a task. Define a task. So how you will define a task? So in the edit task list window, click the add child icon to add your first task. So give the task name, give the task a clear name, example enter sales data. And what should be the task type? So this is crucial step, so you are not supposed to forget it. So select the type of action the user needs to perform. Some component types include the form, business rule, URL and job console. So here I can write it under define and task some certain procedures that you have to follow and some relative information you have to give under the application. So how you will add it, just how you will define it. So just add child icon. Just click it on it. This option would be there. Then what would be the task names, what would be the task type that you have to define? First is task name. So under it, give the task a clear name. So I can mention it that give the task clear name, and then also define the task type. So how it would be here? So this is a crucial tab that we have already discussed. Some common types are form. So for the form, to open a specific data entry form, then we have business rule. Business rule we have also discussed in the earlier sessions, like to launch a business rule such as a data consolidation or the calculation rule. Then we have a different and specific URL. After that, go for the job console. For the job console, it means to open the job console. Then another information that we need after the task type, it is instructions. It is instructions. After that, so what are the instructions that you have to provide? So provide a detailed instructions to the users. This is where you can add context or guidance. For example, please enter sales data for all regions and submit the form. Just click on the submit the form, automatically it will take the data, whatever the descriptions or the instructions you have given to the application or to the users. Now, the next information that we have, it is due date and the alert date. Alert date. It is very much important, so listen it carefully. So set a due date for the task. You can also set an alert date to send a reminder email to the user before the task is due. So it is very important part of the task list, so you have to keep this in the consideration that don't forget to set up the due date and the alert date. Then the last thing is dependencies. It's not the last thing, it is the second last thing. It is dependencies. So if a task can only be completed after another task, so you can set a dependency. Like I can give you the example for it. So for example, run calculations might be dependent on enter sales data being completed. So this ensures a logical workflow under the application. So the last thing that we have, it is assignment. So assign the task to the specific user or a user group. This is how the task appears on their work list. And after that, the last process is save and deploy. Save and deploy. So once you have added all the necessary tasks, just simply click on the save. The task list is now created, but it won't be visible to users until you grant them access and the task schedule is created. So this is the main options that we have to follow while creating the task list. So how we have started, you can first look and let's have a recap on it. So you have to decide the task list. So steps of the task list are different. First you have to navigate to the task list. So how you will navigate to the task list, you have to click on the navigate icon, and when you will click that three horizontal icons, so under the create and manage section, you can see the several options are there, like task list, dimensions, as well as the forms. So different options would be there, so you have to click on the task list. The step second that you need to follow, it is create a new task. So how you will create the new task, you will click on the create icon, the plus icon would be there. I can manage it here. The plus icon would be there, so you can create on it. Then give a name to the task list. A relevant name should be there, that is appropriate as per the organization financial structure, so that any users can understand it in a clear and a concise way. Then click on the OK. The another and the third step that you have to follow is add tasks to the list. It is very much crucial to know that how you will add tasks to the list. So now that you have to a task list, you need to add the individual steps. So select your new task list and click on the edit icon. So that's why I mentioned here also that how we will click on the edit icon. Now the step 4, the last step that you have to follow, it is define a task. We will see all this procedure in the practical instance, so don't worry and don't bother about it. You will learn these all things, all steps clearly in the practical instance. So you have to define the task. In the edit task list window, click the add child icon to add your first task. So give the task name. So what would be the task name? It is very much important that give the task a clear name. For example, enter sales data, and then define its task type. What would be the task type? So this is a critical step. Select the type of action the user needs to perform. Some common step includes form, business rule, URL, and the job console. Then you have to define the instructions on it, like provide the detailed instructions to the users. This is where you can add the context or the guidance. For example, please enter the sales data for all regions and submit that form. Now the next step and the functions that you need to follow, because which is very much important to it, that is defining the due date and the alert date. Without this, users will not able to understand that what is their starting date and when they have to complete the task. So the users would be in the confusion that if the deadlines is different, so how would you complete that task before it? So that's why alert date is also important. In the middle of that alert date, you have to click on the alert date and you have to send the notifications for the different tasks on each day. So set a due date for the task, and you can also set an alert date to send a reminder email to the user before the task is due. Then we have the dependencies. So what we have to do with the dependencies? Under the dependencies, if a task can only be completed after another task, so you can set a dependency for it. Like for example, or for the instance, run a calculation might dependent on enter sales data being completed. This ensures a logical workflow. So next thing that we have, it is assignments. So assign the task to a specific user or a user group. This is how the task appears on their work list. Then after that, the end would be done with the save and the deploy. So once you have added all the necessary tasks, so just click on the save. The task list is now created, but it won't be visible to users until you grant them access and a task schedule is created. So these all are the major steps that every user needs to follow it, as well as every professionals have to keep in consideration, as well as to keep in mind that how much human error is needed. If any human error would be there, so absolutely any steps would be forgotten. There is a chance to forget any steps. So that's why you have to take and you have to remember the steps carefully. Don't forget to miss any of the steps, because each step has its importance and has its reliability on the instance. So now let's look at how the professionals does the task list, how they makes the task list under the instance. Go to the application, and now under this you can see the user interface is there. So what we have discussed in the paint, first step, look at the first step. Navigate to the task list. Click on the navigator icon, and under the create and manage section, select task list. We will follow the same step. Click on this third icon, that is 3 horizontal icons of the navigator. Under the create and manage, here you can find it. Under create and manage, click on the task list. Here we have the task list. Click it. Now follow the next step. Create a new task list. So click on the plus icon and give a name to the task list. Here we have the plus icon, create a task list. Suppose I am creating the task list loading data. Loading data. Okay, so I don't have an access. I think someone has cancelled the access. You have insufficient access to perform the specified operations. So first let me again create this application. Yeah, so I don't have an access, so I will just delete this application again. Go to the overview. Let's see it how it is coming. It is taking some time. Yeah, someone has created, I think, the new application. Yes, now the vision application has been created. Someone has initiated the application. Let's go to the navigator and then click on the task list. Why we are not able to see it here? So just simply click on the task manager. If task list would not be there, so you can also either click on the task manager. Here you can just click on the start and navigator flows. Because we are not able to find it, click on the task manager. Just click on the new thing. Here you can provide the new template for it. Give the name, loading data, and then provide the day, number of days before day 0. Any instructions that you want to give, you can also give. Like under the instruction, you can enter sales data for all regions. Sales data for all regions. And then in the views, you can add a views here. You can also search it. Let's say Alex Smith or Penty Anderson, and click on the OK. Add here, just I forget to add it here. Select it and click on the OK. The username Betty Anderson is visible here. Go to attributes. Any attributes if you want to give, so you can give it from here. Otherwise you can leave this option. Then we also have the day labels. So no need to work on it. Embedded templates we also have. If you have any rules, so you can attach it here. Even in the history you can watch it, whatever the history would be there, so you can select from here and just click on the OK. So now you can see your new task list is ready. Just see it here. If you want to edit, so we also have an option for the edit, delete, import task, export task, and validate. Even we can create the schedule. Let's create the schedule. So what will be the schedule here? Let's take it 24 period Q1 Day-0, that take September 1. You can also create the schedule from here. Just create schedule. I think some glitches there on it, so that's why you can see from here that whatever task we have given, it has been added. Again, schedule it. Go to schedule, just plan 24. Here you can give it 1 September. The annual and the advanced configuration is set up here. So just create on schedule. So schedule is creating. So it will take time to create the schedule. Once it will create, it will show all the things. I think now it has been created. Yeah, so plan 24, we have set the schedule. Even we can also validate it if we want to validate. So here I can see the template is valid, so that's why it is showing me the tick mark on the green circle. So it means that the validation results is successfully validated. Click on the OK. So this is how the task list is there. Even we have the several options under it: import task and validate and create schedules. You can also reassign the users, but we have given the user task to the Betty Anderson. The owner is Betty Anderson. Even you can replace it also. So Betty Anderson is the owner to create the task. So under this we can create the child members also, if you will create it. So this is how we work for the task list. So this was all about the steps that we have done today. This is very important to understand that how task lists work and what is their importance. So at last I would say that thank you for your time. So by using the task list effectively, your organization can achieve the greater efficiency, consistency, and visibility in its financial process. So this feature is a powerful tool for streamlining your work and ensuring that everyone is on the same page. And remember that task lists are not just for the end users. Even it is also for the administrators, can also create them as a checklist for their recurring maintenance tasks, like refreshing the database or adding the new members. So this truly makes it a central tool for managing your EPM processes. So it was all about the task list. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if any doubt would be there, so you can ask me without any hesitation on the comments. I will try to resolve it. And thank you for watching the session.